up? It's Destiny back again for another video, and in today's video I'm going to give a story time, but I'm also going to give you examples and tips on how to de-escalate a situation. Now before we get into that video, make sure you are subscribed to the channel so that you won't miss any uploads. Be prepared to leave a comment at the end and a thumbs up. Alright, so before we get into this video, we're going to define what de-escalate means, okay? Now we can go onto our phones and look up the definition. I have it pulled up here. De-escalate is to reduce the intensity of a conflict or a potentially violent situation. Okay, again, my definition here: de-escalate, reduce the intensity of a conflict or potentially violent situation. Okay, so yesterday, well, before I get into that, if you're new here, you want to go back and check out this video, or if you haven't seen this video, it's going to be a story time video. My neighbor accused me of stealing. The lady across the street is what we're going to call her, because neighbor to me is friendly, and you know, this is the lady across the street. She accused me and my son of stealing. Go check out that video for more details. Now, that video was posted early December. We're at the end of January going into February, okay? So when I come home from radiation treatment, the lady across the street is in her yard. I don't think nothing of it. I'm like, it is a little chilly, but you know, whatever. Not my business at all. So I get out the car, and the moment I get out the car, she's like, "Hey, Destiny, can I talk to you?" And I'm like, "Yeah, give me a second." In my head, I'm like, what is there to talk about? She is painting her house a color kind of close to mine, so I'm like, maybe she wants my paint color or whatever. I don't know, you know, I'm just whatever. So I come outside. Now I live in Florida. I live in a stand your ground state, so I'm very mindful of everything that I do. I remain in my yard. I walk to the edge of my driveway, still in my yard, on my property, not in the street, not in no one else's property, mine, okay? She walks over, and as she's walking over, she's like, "I'm gonna come to you woman to woman." Now, when that was said, in my head, I think about that song. It's like an old song back in the day where, "Barbara, this is Shirley. I'm coming to you woman to woman." And they're talking about a man that they're dating. So I'm like, what? Woman to woman? Okay. But I proceeded to listen to what she had to say. And basically what she had to say is that she was at work, and my video, the one from 2 months ago, popped up on her timeline or whatever, her YouTube, and she watched it, and she was wondering what was going on, because I guess she's saying that she tried to wave at me Saturday and I didn't wave back. I don't remember that at all, but you know, tunnel vision sometimes. I don't see everything anyway. So she was like, "I just wanted to know what the issue is, because I apologized and I thought it was petty since you took it to social media. You're not woman enough to talk to me," and you know, all these things. And then she's bringing up an old story that I posted about that was closer to when the hurricane hit us, and it was a lot of stuff going on in the neighborhood. Like, my neighbor had people working on his house, I had people working on my house, people down the street, everywhere in this area there was people. It was like a lot going on. So I was like, child, it's men everywhere, everyone getting work done, da da da. It was a funny story that I made. She is implying that I was talking about men coming in and out of her house. I don't even know that men go to your house. You know what I'm saying? I'm not watching you. So I listened. I allowed her to speak. She kept calling me petty. She kept saying I wasn't woman enough. She kept saying little buzz things that after a while you keep poking, you're gonna get a response. And I know that she wanted to get a response from me, because she kept saying the same things over and over. "You're petty, you're petty, you're petty. You're not woman enough. You're not a woman." Stuff like that. I allowed her to speak because I'm an adult. I'm a mature adult. I'm an emotionally mature adult. I allowed her to speak. And when she was done, I said, "Okay, I'm going to unpack and address everything that you presented to me in the order in which you presented." And I said, "Now, the video I posted, before I could even finish my sentence, she cut me off. I said, okay. I tried to speak again, cut me off again. I said, are you going to let me speak? I allowed you to speak. Are you going to let me speak? It was clear at that moment, well, before then, it was clear when she kept calling me petty and I'm not a woman and things like that, that she wanted an argument, she wanted to fight, she wanted escalation. So I was very mindful of that, to remain calm, because you cannot give people what they want sometimes, okay? So that kept happening, and I was like, I do social media. I post things that happen in my life. That was a situation. You accusing me and my son of stealing was a situation in my life I felt I wanted to share. I share on social media. I've been sharing since Trayvon Martin was unalived. Okay, y'all could go back to the archives. I have been posting on social media, on YouTube, on every platform that I've had for years. That's not going to stop because you don't want me to talk about the situation in which we had. And so I said that, and she kept just interrupting. So I was just like, I just came back from radiation. I'm fighting cancer. I'm going through treatment for cancer. She said, we all got something going on. When she said that, I walked away, because my health is a trigger, and people probably know that, and they might try to use that against me, but I know how to manage the things that trigger me. I know how to operate when somebody is triggering me and purposely trying to get a response out of me. But when she said that, I walked away, and I walked up my driveway, and I said, well, get ready for another video. And I meant that. And she was saying whatever she was saying as she walked away. I don't really care. It doesn't matter to me. I don't care who she told. I guess her issue is that I brought a conversation that her and I had to the internet. I can do that. This is my platform. This is what I do. I share everything. If I can share with the world that I was diagnosed and fighting breast cancer, what makes you think I'm not going to share something so small like my neighbor accusing me of stealing? That is a grain of salt compared to all the other things that I share on this internet, on my platform. So, and I told her, I said, I'm very mindful. I did not say your name. I did not post a picture of you, because y'all know I have been known to do that. I will screenshot the most unattractive picture of you and zoom in and post it. I've done that on TikTok. You can go check that video out. Maybe I'll put it in the cards here. I know how to be petty. I know how to use the internet to my advantage, to be petty, to do whatever you think I was trying to do in that video. And I didn't do any of that. I was very mindful of everything that I said. I didn't say nobody's name, address, nothing. So I was able to de-escalate that situation by walking away. I personally feel that she wanted it to be escalated. That's why she continued to call me names. That's why she said what she said when it came to my health. She wanted an escalation. I was not going to give that to her. So I de-escalated that situation by walking away. We're tying it all in. Walk away. Sometimes you have to walk away from situations. There are going to be times where people are going to have wronged you. They're going to be poking the bear. They're going to be trying to get a rise out of you, a reaction, and you just have to walk away to save your life, to remain out of trouble, to not have any physical contact with people. You have to just walk away. Let them say whatever it is that they want to say. Let them get their bars off. Walk away. It does not matter, I will say, looking back at the situation, ways I could have de-escalated it sooner was the moment she said, hey, Destaynee, can we talk? I should have said no. Frankly, I should have said no, because there's nothing to talk about. Yes, you apologized. I did not accept your apology, because you should not have never accused me or my son of anything in the first place. So the apology was not accepted. There was nothing to talk about. She had asked me questions after that incident has happened, and I just gave her the answer, but there was no conversation. There was no, hey, how you doing? None of that. And it's not, oh, you're holding a grudge, you're being bitter. No, when people show you who they are, believe them. And the thing is, I knew the character before based on other people's experiences, And I gave the benefit of the doubt because that's just the type of person that I am. But that's no longer. So I should have de-escalated the situation at that moment. A second moment was the way that she walked over, her body language, and that I'm coming to you woman to woman. Walk away, because you have some type of different intent. That energy level is not where I want to be with you. I should have walked away then. The first time she said, since you're not a woman or you're not woman enough, I should have walked away. So I'm saying this to say, when you're in a conflict with someone and they're using little buzzwords that is trying to trigger you, that is trying to get a rise out of you, use that as your invitation to walk away, because it's just going to get more worse. They're just going to continue to do it. And if you're not in control of your emotions or how you interact with people or how people talk to you, you can go there real quick. And this video is about avoiding going there real quick. So I would say, if someone is using certain buzzwords with you that are triggering or calling you outside of your name, walk away. In the conversation, get up out of there. If someone's body language is questionable in your opinion, get up out of there, because you can tell. You can see it before you see it, you know? Get up out of there. Also, I would say, I didn't necessarily invite her onto my property. That's why I was at the edge, because I did not want her on my property, but she stood on my driveway. I wouldn't do that with anyone that you have a potential conflict with. So there are ways in which you can de-escalate situations. Thankfully, this was de-escalated on my part and it did not go further. I would not have gone further unless somebody put their hands on me, because I'm not that type of person. I'm going to defend myself at all times and all costs, my property and my children. That is my right, but I'm never going to be the one to put hands on nobody first. You know what I'm saying? Arm's reach is harm's reach. She was a little too close, so I would advise, if you're trying to have a conversation with someone and y'all have a conflict, stay beyond arm's reach, because, you know, even 20 yards, somebody could get to you real quick. Keep that distance, okay? And just ask them politely, hey, just give me some space. Just give me some space. I feel like if I would have said that, that would have escalated based on her attitude and energy. That could have escalated. So I was just very mindful of what her hands were doing and things of the sort. So, yeah. Also, word to the wise, you don't, unfortunately, have to be friends with the people that live in your neighborhood. I always try to be peaceable with everyone, especially the people that are in my community, but that's not always the case, and there's nothing that you can really do about that. Just live your life, really do what you got to do. Be prepared to protect yourself at all times. I think I've made it very clear that no one is welcome on my property unless they are invited. Everyone else is trespassing and they will be treated like a trespasser, meaning I will call the authorities. So if I see the lady across the street or her family or friends or whomever approaching my property or on my property, I'm calling the authorities. If I see any uninvited guests on my property, approaching my property, doing harm to my property, threatening my property or my family, I'm calling the authorities, and I'm doing everything that I have to do to protect myself and my family, because at this point, the body language, the demeanor, the aggressiveness in which you were talking to me when I was trying to explain my side, I see that as a threat. I feel threatened. Not sure how safe I feel. So if you breach those things, I will have to contact the local authorities, and that is just where we are. And I would advise anyone to do that for themselves as well. Safety is a very, very top priority for me and my family, and I believe in doing whatever it takes to remain safe and doing whatever it takes to de-escalate situations, and I have done those things. I've also, since she saw my videos online, I blocked her from my end from seeing Facebook, Instagram. I don't know about Instagram. I don't know if I had her Instagram, but TikTok. You know, I've done my part. And I would advise this to anyone, and I say this to anyone: if you don't like it, don't look. If you don't like my videos, don't watch them. If you don't like my content on social media, don't watch it. If you don't like my statuses, don't read them. We don't have to be friends. We don't have to be cordial. We don't have to be anything. We're not meshed in each other's lives to where we have to interact at any point in time. So I'm saying this to any and everyone out there. If there's something you don't like, don't watch it. Don't follow it. I don't follow things I don't like or people I don't like. I don't watch things I don't like. That is insanity to me, to watch or follow people or things that you don't like. Don't do it. You don't have to. You're not forced to. So that is my tip to you all as well. If you have any other tips on ways, if you have any other suggestions on ways I could have de-escalated that situation sooner, please drop them in the comment sections. Feel free to give an example of a situation to where you had to de-escalate or you weren't able to de-escalate and it had to go further. Leave that in the comment section below as well. And if you don't have any situations like that, leave in the comment section what you're eating for dinner, because here I am trying to think of what to cook for dinner. It's such a chore figuring out what to cook for dinner every single day. Leave that in the comment section below. Be sure to give this video a thumbs up. Subscribe if you aren't already. Share it with your friends and family and loved ones. And as always, if you love someone, tell them I love you all. Stay dangerous.